Good morning. This is John from the Springs Mennonite Church. I'm going to try this one again. I was right in the middle of recording something and my phone rang. And, well, you don't need to hear my phone ringing in the midst of this. We all have enough problems of people's cell phones ringing when we didn't want to listen to it, so I figured you didn't either, and I started over. This morning I'd like to share with you from the book of Proverbs. Now, Proverbs is a small little book. It's designed to give us very practical advice in order to help us live a life of fulfillment and honor, to understand what it means to really be alive. So, having said that, I have a little passage here. It's Proverbs 21 and verse 21. That makes it easy to remember. Here's what it says. Whoever pursues righteousness and unfailing love will find life, righteousness, and honor. Let me read it again. It's short. Whoever pursues righteousness and unfailing love will find life, righteousness, and honor. Well, this is kind of an interesting thought here. It says, if you do this, then here's what you'll do. So let's look at the then first. You will find life, righteousness, and honor. How many of you don't want that? How many people do you know that wouldn't want a life that's full and righteous and honorable? Well, there are a few out there who don't want that. I grant you that. I've run into some of those. Boy, are they difficult to work with and be around. But God is trying to say, look, here's what I have for you. I have a fulfilled life full of righteousness and honor. We'll change the word of honor to integrity, meaningfulness, something that is worth looking up to. And God says we can have that life. It's our choice whether to have it or not. God's not going to make you choose, but He's going to offer the choice to you if you want it. Now, how do you get it? Well, it says, whoever pursues righteousness and unfailing love. Well, what is righteousness? Well, think of it as doing the right thing. Many of us have done the wrong thing. And many times it's easier to do the wrong thing. Because to do the right thing might cost us. Now, doing the wrong thing costs us too, but so often it appears like it doesn't. Let me give you an illustration. Let's suppose somebody hurts you with their words. Now, I know that old sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me is garbage. Words will kill you. They really will. And especially if they're uttered intentionally. Now, I've experienced a lot of times when hurtful words were unintentional, they got taken that way. That's bad enough. But when they're given intending trying to hurt, that's really ugly. But let's suppose that you receive that, you pursue that. What would you do? Well, you have a choice. You can pursue getting even. A lot of people choose that. You can choose to hold a grudge for many, many years. A lot of people choose that. Or you could choose the right thing, which is to forgive and go on. Now, the first two, if you choose those, you're not going to get a life full of life and righteousness and honor. You're going to wind up with a life that's bitter and angry, and it gets worse and worse and worse. Even if you don't want to admit it. People know. We're not really good at hiding, in spite of what we think. But if you pursue, in that instance, the right thing to do, which is to forgive, you get freed of all of that stuff so that you can go on and act in a different way. And the different way here is unfailing love. You see, things that are not righteous cause us to react with anger and disgusting responses. It prevents us from doing the very, very thing that will succeed the most. Show love. Now, you don't have to look too far in our culture. Actually, you've never had to look very far in our culture. It's just today with the internet and social media, we see more of it and faster than we did. But you don't have to look very far to find things that are unloving. And I know there are a lot of people who make a living off of that, if you would. They sort of champion the idea of being the nasty bully who makes people, or tries to, this or that. And the world is full of people whose ideas about life aren't all that interested in helping you. Well, why should you help someone else? Well, that's pretty simple. Because God gave you life to do that. That was the gift you were given and the purpose for which it was given. And it says here that when we, look at it again here, when we pursue righteousness and unfailing love, then we will find life, righteousness, and honor. And I want to suggest to you today that those results are far greater than any other thing you can have. I know the world doesn't say so, but the world isn't always right. And in this case, God gets the last word. So I hope you will look at your life and see how it fits. And if you're doing great, fantastic. If you're not doing so great, well, you still got time to make some changes. God loves you, and He wants you to walk with Him all the time, 24/7, 365 a year. Well, thanks for listening. If you have a prayer need or a concern, tell us. We'll do everything we can as fast as we can to help meet your need. Thanks for listening. May your day be special and sweet and wonderful. I'll talk to you again.